Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is a 10-minute full body morning yoga stretch. I love starting my day like this, and I think you will too. We are going to start by laying down on our backs. You don't need any props for this practice or stretch at all. Start by drawing our knees towards our belly. You might stay still, or you might find it really nice to rock back and forth. Just take a few deep breaths here to connect and notice how you feel this morning. Starting your day with yoga is really a great way to set the tone, and we want to set that tone for your day ahead. So, what kind of day would you like to have right now? If there was one word that you could use as your intention for the day, what would it be? And with your hands on your knees, you might widen them a little bit more so that they're going more towards your shoulders and your armpits. And then you can just make some very gentle movements, moving the knees away from you and bringing them back in, kind of like these little pumping motions. Now, we will bring our feet back down to the mat with the knees bent, and you can cross your right ankle over your left thigh, keeping that foot flexed, and maybe that is enough for you. Or you can reach through your arms and draw your left knee towards your belly. Give it one last big squeeze. Stretch your right leg up towards the sky. Maybe hold it there on either back of the hamstring or back of the calf, and flex your foot, then point your foot. Keep doing that a few times, alternating and noticing what kind of tension might be present here. And then bend the knees, push into your heels, and lift up to your bridge pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together so that your knees can stay directly over your ankles. Exhale, roll and unwind from this one. Now let's cross your left ankle over the top of our right knee, maybe hanging out here, going further by pulling your right knee into your belly, breathing in and out, giving it one last squeeze before setting your right foot down and straighten your left leg up towards the sky, holding on the back of your leg or wherever feels most appropriate for you here. Just alternating between flexing and pointing those toes. Coming back into our bridge pose, feet flat onto the floor, knees are hip width distance apart. Push and lift. See if you can lift and squeeze your glutes a little bit more before coming down inch by inch. Just widen your feet here and let your knees fall side to side. A little windshield wiper motion here. As you are feeling nice and relaxed, let's come up and take a seat so that you can just rock up, bringing one shin in front of the other. So the right shin stacks in front, and we are going to fold forward, lengthening out your arms. You might keep your elbows lifted off the floor. Take a deep breath in, and then walk your hands forward, twisting your left hand to your right knee behind you, opening up your chest, maybe even looking over the right shoulder. Lift and lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, breathing back to center as you reach forward and fold. taking a deep breath in and out. So these 10 minutes breathing deeply throughout your belly. Coming back up, we will take a twist to the other side. Right hand over your left knee, opening up wide, maybe looking over your shoulder. And release. Coming back to center, tabletop pose. So for our tabletop pose, I will ask that you walk your hands a couple inches forward. And then we are going to tuck our toes, keeping your spine nice and straight. Just see if you can lift the knees an inch or two off the floor. So this is your floating tabletop pose. As you exhale, straighten your legs so that you're in plank pose. Exhale, back to floating tabletop pose. Inhale to hold. Exhale. Lift your hips up and backward to a downward facing dog. Floating back to tabletop. Straighten the legs to plank. Back to floating table. Downward facing dog. Lifting your hips up high. 2 more here. Floating table. Plank pose. Floating table. Downward facing dog. 1 more, you can do it. All the way back to floating table. Moving to your plank. Back to floating table. And downward facing dog. Hanging out in the downward facing dog, you might want to paddle your feet. Wiggle those hips. Whatever feels good to you here. Let's reach our right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee. Open up your hips. Now step your right foot in between your palms and bring your right arm up. Easy twist. Right hand comes back down to the floor. Now push into your feet. We're going to come up and lift to our high lunge. Arms are stretching over your head. Bring your hands together at the front of the heart. Now we're going to come into a standing pigeon pose. So you're going to stand on that right leg and see if you can cross your left ankle over the top of your knee. Bend into your right knee and send your hips back as you lean your chest forward. We're looking for a nice sensation through that left hip and left glute. Now push into that standing leg to come back out. Feet hip width apart. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Open into a back bend and then exhale. Bend your knees and then fold. Belly over the thighs as you reach your knuckles up and over. So you can bend your elbows here. They don't have to be straight. We don't want to hyperextend or lock our joints. 1 more deep inhale here. And release the fingertips down to the floor. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, your palms find your plank pose. Now lower to your belly all the way to the floor and take a back bend into your cobra. Exhale to release. Downward facing dog. From your downward dog, extend your left leg to the sky. That leg opening the hip as wide as it will go. And we're going to step into our easy twist so that the left foot goes in between the hands and stretch that left arm to the sky, trying to widen the hands away from the another. Left fingertips come down to the mat. Now we are going to step up into our standing pigeon pose, crossing the right ankle over the tip of the left knee, sinking your hips back and your chest forward. Breathing in and out. See if you can sink even lower into the pose. Push into that supporting left leg and release. Feet go wide again. This time you're going to interlace your fingers and hands on the other hand and other side on top in a more unusual way. Start with a little back bend at first and exhale. Soften the knees as you lift your knuckles up and over. You definitely don't need to have straight legs here. It's totally fine to keep them bent and keeping your eyes on what feels good and best for you. Breathing in and out as you bring your hands down to the floor. Inhale halfway, lift flat back to plank pose. We lower all the way down to our belly. Cobra, inhale and exhale. Back to our downward facing dog, wiggling the hips and feet if you need. From this downward dog, your knees down to the mat. Now I always like to finish these morning practices seated, sitting up nice and tall as we focus on our breathing, rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears, maybe bringing your palms together at the front of your heart. And once again, I like to remind myself, what is one word that comes to mind? An intention that you would like to set for the rest of the day. Taking a deep breath as you focus on the word and exhale, letting a little weight go with it. You don't need to overthink it. Just think of the first word that comes to mind. Taking a deep breath in and hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you next time. Bye.